Hello friends, welcome to the lecture on infiltration indices. We have seen so far what is meant by infiltration and which are the dominant factors which are influencing the rate of infiltration. We have seen various terms like infiltration capacity and how the infiltration capacity and the rates varies with respect to the kind of soil. So let us see what is meant by infiltration indices and their uses. Classification of infiltration capacities. For purpose of runoff volume classification in small watersheds, one of the widely used methods is SCS-CN method. In this method, the soils are considered divided into four groups known as hydrologic soil groups. The steady state infiltration capacity being one of the main parameters in the soil classification is divided into four infiltration classes as mentioned in the following table. So which are the classes? Depending upon the infiltration, the soil it is divided into four class: very low, low, medium and high. Where for very low the infiltration capacity is less than 2.5 mm per hour. For low it is 2.5 to 25 mm per hour. Medium 12.5 to 25 mm per hour. And for high infiltration class, the infiltration capacity it is more than 25 mm per hour. And the types of soil are also given for very low infiltration type of soil. They are highly clay soils, and for the highest, they are the deep sands, well drained aggregated soils. Now the infiltration indices. In hydrological calculations involving floods, it is found convenient to use a constant value of infiltration rate for the duration of the storm. The defined average infiltration rate is called infiltration index, and two types of indices are in common use. They are the phi index and W index. So we will first of all understand what is meant by phi index. So here we have to understand that for the sake of convenience, the value of infiltration rate it has to be considered as a constant value, and for that we have to compute this particular phi index. Okay, so just look at the graph. It is a hydrograph of 14-hour durations. On the x-axis there is rainfall intensity in centimeter per hour, and on y-axis the rainfall intensity it is in centimeter per hour, and on x-axis it is a time in hours, isn't it? So here the entire hydrograph it is lasted for 14 hours, and here for the losses you can see it is mentioned as the phi index. And apart from the losses, whatever the remaining portion of the rainfall which is converted into the runoff, it is shown like this. Okay, so let us understand what is meant by phi index and how it is calculated. The phi index is the average rainfall above which the rainfall volume is equal to the runoff volume. I will repeat the sentence. The phi index is the average rainfall above which the rainfall volume is equal to or equal to the runoff volume. Means what? Whatever the rainfall it will occur, it will directly turn into the runoff. Whatever the rainfall it is occurring, it will directly turn into the runoff. That particular rate of rainfall, it is nothing but the phi index. The phi index is derived from the rainfall hydrograph with the knowledge of resulting runoff volume. The initial loss is also considered as infiltration. The phi value is found by treating it as a constant infiltration capacity. If the rainfall intensity is less than phi, then the infiltration rate is equal to the rainfall intensity. Why? Because here, if the rainfall intensity is less than phi, the entire rainfall will automatically convert into the infiltration, and therefore the infiltration rate will be equal to the rainfall intensity. However, if the rainfall intensity is larger than phi, the difference between the rainfall and infiltration in an interval of time represents a runoff volume as shown in the figure. So here it is phi index, which represents the infiltration, and this particular upper portion, it is the entire runoff. Whatever the precipitation it is occurring, so out of the phi index, remaining portion will directly turn into the runoff. So the phi index is the average rainfall above which the rainfall volume will be equal to the runoff volume. Above the phi index, whatever the rainfall will occur, it will be directly the runoff. It will not be any kind of loss. After losses, there will be runoff. So what is phi index? The amount of rainfall excess of the index is called rainfall excess. The amount of rainfall excess of the index is called as rainfall excess. Means what? After abstractions, after losses, after fulfillment of the phi index, whatever the excess rainfall we are getting, which will turn into the runoff, the time duration for that, it is what the time required for the rainfall excess, and that particular portion of the rainfall which is converted into the runoff, it is called as a rainfall in excess. Means what? It is satisfying the abstractions, it is satisfying the losses, and further the remaining portion it is turning into the runoff. So that's why it is rainfall in excess. So in connection with the runoff and flood studies, it is also known as effective rainfall. Why effective? Because that is accumulated as the runoff, and for computations we need the figures from those values. The phi index thus accounts for the total abstraction and enables magnitudes to be estimated for a given rainfall hyetograph. A detailed procedure for calculating phi index for a given storm of hyetograph and resulting runoff volume is as follows. So let us see how the phi index can be calculated. Procedure for calculation of phi index. Consider a rainfall hyetograph of event duration capital D hours and having capital N pulses of time interval delta t such that n into delta t is equal to capital D. So we will refer the earlier figure having hyetograph. In that figure, the n is equal to 7. N means number of pulses. As you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 number of pulses, and each pulse it is having delta t duration 2 hours. Here also 2 hours, 2 hours. So there are 7 pulses of having time duration delta t as 2 hours. So n into delta t will be equal to total duration. So here if n is 7, delta t is 2 hours for every pulse. So 7 into 2 will be 14 capital D. That is the total duration of that particular hyetograph or rainfall. So that will be 14. 7 into 2, 14. Let I suffix I be the intensity of rainfall in ith pulse, and Rd is equal to total direct runoff. Therefore, the total rainfall is equal to P is equal to summation of II into delta T from 1 to n. If you sum up all these II into delta T for all the pulses, you will get the total precipitation. If phi is the value of phi index, then P minus phi into Te will be equal to Rd. Here P is the total precipitation minus phi into T. Phi, it is the phi index, total abstractions, total losses. For every time duration rainfall excess Te, if if you multiply this phi index by TE, you will get the total abstraction, total infiltration considering all the losses. So total precipitation minus total losses will give you what? Will give you the runoff, where TE is equal to duration of the rainfall excess. If the rainfall hydrograph and the total runoff depth RD are given, the phi index of the storm can be determined by trial and error procedure as given below. So let us see how the phi index can be calculated if the total rainfall hydrograph and total depth of runoff RD it is given. So assume that out of given n pulses, here the 7 pulses are n pulses in this case. Assume that out of given 7 n pulses, m number of pulses have rainfall excess. Note that m will always be less than equal to n. Select m number of pulses in decreasing order of the rainfall intensity II. Find the value of phi that satisfies the relation RD, that is runoff, is equal to summation of II minus phi into delta T 1 to m. Okay, so what is this II? II is the rainfall intensity. For every single pulse, you will have to first of all find out the rainfall intensity minus for that pulse. For all the pulses, the value of phi will be same. So rainfall intensity minus abstraction multiplied by time duration. Okay, here whatever the runoff value you are going to get, you have to sum up all the runoff values for every single pulse. Like you will find out this II minus phi into delta T for 0 to 2 hours, for 2 to 4 hours, for 4 to 6 hours, for whatever the pulses you are considering. So here if you are considering m number of pulses, you will do it for m number of pulses. Okay, and it should satisfy this particular relation, the value of phi. If it satisfies the value of this particular relation, then that is correct. So using the value of phi of step 2, find the number of pulses MC which give the rainfall excess. Thus MC is equal to number of pulses with rainfall intensity II greater than equal to phi. If MC is equal to m, then phi of step 2 is correct value of phi index. If not, repeat the procedure step 1 onwards with new value of m. The result of step 3 can be used as guidance to the next trial. So let us understand this is a trial and error method to find out the phi index with the help of an example. So what is example? A storm with 10 centimeter of precipitation produced a direct runoff of 5.8 centimeter. The duration of rainfall was 16 hours and its time distribution is given below. Estimate the phi index of the storm. So the total duration of the rainfall, it is 16 hours, and the total precipitation, depth of the precipitation, it is 10 centimeter, which produces direct runoff having no losses. It is 5.8 centimeter. Okay, and they are asking us to find out the phi index. So from 0 to 2 hour, the cumulative rainfall it is given as 0.4. For 2 to 4 hour, it is 1.3 up to 10 centimeter of rainfall. So in the part of solution, pulses of uniform time delta T is equal to 2 hours are considered. So how many pulses we have to take? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we will have 8 pulses, since it is 0. From 0 to 2, 1 pulse, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 pulses we have to consider. The pulses are numbered sequentially and intensity of rainfall in each pulse is calculated as shown below. So first of all we have to find out the intensity of rainfall. So there are 8 pulses from 0 to 2 hours from the start of rainfall. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 hour total duration of the rainfall. Cumulative rainfall already it is given into this table 0.4, 1.3 likewise. So it is written over here. Then we have to find out the incremental rain from 0 to 2 hour. From 0 to 2 hour the increment was 0 to 0.4. So it is 0.4 only. So from 2 to 4 it is 0.4 to 1.3. 0.4 to 1.3 it is increased by 0.9. So likewise we have to find out the increment. So the all increments are written over here. Then intensity of rainfall II in centimeter per hour for that particular 2 hour duration we have to find out. So how to find out that? See, it is 0.2, 0.45, 0.75, because here the incremental rain it is 0.4 and duration of the rainfall for that particular first what you can say pulse it is 2 hours. We have considered delta t as 2 hours. So 0.4 divided by 2, 0.2, 0.9 divided by 2, 0.45, 1.5 divided by 2, 0.75. Likewise, we have to find out for every pulse what is the intensity of rainfall. So it is coming up to 0.25 centimeter per hour. It is different for every 2 consecutive hours. So hence, duration of the rainfall, capital D, total duration will be 16 hour having delta T, that is duration of single pulse 2 hours, and number of such pulses are 8. So we have to find out the phi index depending upon this particular data. So as per the trial and error method, we have to assume m is equal to 8, delta T is equal to 2 hours, and hence total time of rainfall excess will be equal to m into delta T is equal to 16 hours. See, whenever we are assuming this value means what? We are considering that m pulses out of n pulses. There are n pulses. How many pulses are there? 8. We are considering the value of m pulses equivalent to 8 only. Means what? We are considering all the 8 pulses are contributing for the rainfall excess. All the 8 pulses are having the rainfall intensity more than the phi index. So they will have greater rainfall which will satisfy the abstraction also, and the remaining portion will turn into the runoff also. So here our assumption says that m is equal to n. We are assuming m is equal to 8. Delta t will remain as 2 hours, and hence total duration of the rainfall excess will be equal to m into delta t, which is equal to 16 hours. Since m is equal to n, all the pulses we have to consider, we are including all the pulses into calculation. So here the runoff RD, it is already given. It is equal to 5.8 centimeter, which is equal to summation of 1 to m. So here 1 to 8 II minus 5 into delta t, which is equal to summation of II into delta t minus 5 into duration. Now it is 2 hour pulses and 8 are the number of pulses. So 16 hour duration it will be. So after putting the values, as runoff it is already given 5.8, which is equal to 0.2 into 2. This 0.2 multiplied by 2 hour duration plus 0.45 multiplied by 2 plus 0.75 multiplied by 2 plus 1.15 multiplied by 2. So here all the pulses we have to consider. Okay, minus 16 times 5 will give you this particular value, 10 minus 14.5. So after solving this, you will get the value of phi as 0.263 centimeter per hour. So by the inspection of row 5 of table above, MC is equal to number of pulses having II greater than equal to phi, that is II greater than equal to 0.263 centimeter per hour is 6. So if you consider this phi index as 0.263, and if you consider this particular fifth row here, intensity of rain 0.2, 0.45. Now if the phi index it is 0.263 as per the assumption and calculation, so here it is not satisfying. Here 0.2 we are getting, here 0.25. So the pulse 1 and pulse 8 are having less rainfall intensity than the phi index. So whatever the rainfall will come in this particular first pulse and eighth pulse, the entire rainfall will be converted into the abstraction, into the infiltration. So there will be no further runoff. So the value of rainfall excess, time of rainfall excess that we have considered will be wrong. We have considered the time of rainfall excess as 16 hours. So we have to omit the first pulse and the eighth pulse. Only middle values are satisfying the rainfall excess, which is uh, which is showing that they are the higher value than the phi index. Now we have to go for the another trial. Thus MC is equal to 6. Only 6 pulses are satisfying, and we are considered the value of M as 8. So MC is equal to 6, which is not equal to the value we have assumed. Hence assumed M is not correct. Try a new value of M less than 8 in the next trial. So trial 2 we are assuming the number of pulses which are producing the given runoff as 7 only. So delta T will be same 2 hours, and hence the total rainfall excess duration will be M into delta T will be equal to 14 hours. Instead of 16 hours, now it is 14 hours. Select the 7 pulses in the decreasing order of II. Pulse 1 it is omitted. So we have to omit this particular single pulse, first pulse, and we will consider rest of the 7 pulses for calculations. So runoff given will be equal to summation of II minus phi into delta T 1 to 7. So here after putting the values as earlier, so phi here we are getting as 0.271 centimeter per hour. So by inspection of row 5 of the table above, MC is equal to number of pulses having II greater than equal to phi. That II greater than equal to 0.271 centimeter per hour is 6. So here also, even if we have considered M as 7, but since this particular 8th pulse it is not getting satisfied, as II it is not greater than equal to phi. In this particular case we are getting the value of phi as 0.275, which is less than 0.25 here. Okay, so we have to go for the third trial. Now assume the value of M, number of pulses, as 6. Delta T will be equal to 2 hours, and hence the duration of rainfall excess will be M into delta T will be equal to 12 hours. Select these 6 pulses in decreasing order of II. Pulse 1 and 8 are omitted because they are not satisfying in any of the criteria. So runoff RD is equal to 5.8 centimeter, which is equal to A. So putting the values, we are going to get phi is equal to 0.275 centimeter per hour. So here by inspection of row 5 of table given, MC is equal to number of pulses having II, intensity of rainfall is greater than phi index, that is II greater than equal to 0.275 centimeter per hour is 6. So whatever the assumption of value of M we have taken, it is correct. Value of M satisfies the value of phi here. Phi, 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 phi. For every value of pulse given in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th column, our value of I and phi, they are satisfying the given equation. The rainfall intensity, it is greater than 2.75 centimeter per hour. That means greater than rainfall excess. not rainfall excess, it is greater than the phi index, so that you will get runoff for entire 6 pulses over here. Therefore MC is equal to 6, which is equal to M, hence assumed value of M it is okay. The phi index of the storm by this trial and error method, it is coming out as 0.275 centimeter per hour, and the duration of rainfall excess, it is coming as 6 into 2 hours, that is 12 hours. The hydrograph of the storm losses, the rainfall excess and the duration of rainfall excess are shown in the following figure. So by calculations, whatever the values we have taken, they are shown in this particular hydrograph. It is a simplified hydrograph in which you will see the all 8 pulses are shown, the rainfall excess which is satisfying the needed criteria, it is shown, the phi index it is shown as 0.275 centimeter, which we are getting after calculation. This is what the initial loss, and this is what the rainfall excess. Now you can understand that if you consider for 2 to 4 hour, if you are considering the rainfall, so here whatever the rainfall intensity you are getting, it is greater than the value of phi, means what, it will produce some portion of the runoff. Otherwise, if you consider this particular first value, it is less than the value of phi, whatever the intensity of rainfall it is there, it is only 0.2 centimeter per hour. So whatever the intensity of rainfall or the rainfall occurring over here in this first 2 hour duration, it will be only abstraction. It will directly convert into infiltration. There will be no further runoff. Okay. So here these intermediate 6 pulses are satisfying the result, and the average value of phi index, it is taken as 0.275 centimeter per hour. Now W index. In an attempt to refine the phi index, the initial losses are separated from the total abstractions, and an average value of infiltration rate called W index is defined as W is equal to P minus R minus I suffix A upon TE. So what is W index? Once again I will read. In an attempt to refine phi index, they are refining the phi index. The initial losses are separated from the total abstractions, and an average value of infiltration rate called W index is defined. So here in earlier figure, whatever the initial loss it is shown, like depression storage or any other loss, it is omitted in case of W index, so that we are going to get precise value of infiltration, other infiltration index. So here P is equal to total storm precipitation in centimeter, R is equal to total storm runoff in centimeter, I suffix A is initial losses in centimeter, T suffix E is equal to duration of the rainfall excess, that is total time in which the rainfall intensity is greater than W in hours, and W is defined average rate of infiltration centimeter. Since IA rates are difficult to obtain, initial losses rates are difficult to obtain, the accurate estimation of W index is rather difficult. The minimum value of W index obtained under very wet soil conditions, representing the constant minimum rate of infiltration of the catchment, is known as W minimum. It is to be noted that both phi index and W index vary from storm to storm. Now how to compute the W index? To compute W index from given storm hydrograph with known values of IA and runoff R, the following procedure is followed. First, deduct the initial loss IA from the storm hydrograph pulses starting from the first pulse. Use the resulting hydrograph pulse diagram and follow the procedure indicated in sections above for phi index. Thus the procedure is exactly same as in the determination of phi index, except the fact that the storm hydrograph is appropriately modified by deducting the value of IA, that is the initial loss. Now with the help of example, we will understand how to compute the W index. The mass curve of rainfall of duration 180 minutes on a catchment is given below. The catchment had an initial loss of zero point 0.5 centimeter. Initial loss is given as 0.5 centimeter, and the total duration of the storm it is given as 180 minutes, 3 hours. The phi index of the catchment it is given as 0.4 centimeter per hour. Calculate the total surface runoff from the catchment due to this storm. So they are asking to find out the total surface runoff into this particular catchment due to the given storm. So time it is spread over 180 minutes from 0 to 30, 30 to 60, and the cumulative rainfall values in terms of centimeter are given. So the total depth of rainfall it is 3.3 centimeter in total duration 180 minutes, that is 3 hours. So solution, runoff in each time step is equal to the incremental rainfall in that time step minus infiltration losses calculated as phi into T. So if you multiply phi index by that particular timing, the time duration of the pulse from the given hydrograph, you will get the infiltration loss. So the runoff will be equal to what? Runoff in each time step is equal to the incremental rainfall in that time step minus infiltration loss calculated as phi into T. This number is always equal to or greater than 0 as the runoff is always a positive quantity. Note that the initial loss has already been accounted for the definition and hence in the calculation of phi index. As such, the initial loss is redundant information in this problem. Calculations are shown in the following table. So let us see the table. Calculations of runoff. So phi index it is already given as 0.4 centimeter per hour. So the time steps are given in the data. So if you look at the table, initially the time in minutes it is shown from 0, 30, 60 up to 180 minutes. In column number 2, increment of time is given in hourly basis. So 0 to 30 means 0.5 hours, then 30 to 60 0.5 hours. Likewise the increment it is shown in hours. So cumulative rainfall it is already given 0 0.6, 1.3 up to 3.3 centimeter. So incremental rainfall we have to find out. So here 0 to 0.6, 0.6, 0.6 to 1.3. So it will be 0.7, 1.3 minus 6, 0.6, 0.7. So likewise we will find out increment in every pulse. Now the infiltration loss will be equal to phi into delta T. Phi already it is given as 0.4 centimeter per hour and multiplied by delta T. So delta T it is over here. So 0.4 multiplied by 0.5, 0.2, 0.4 multiplied by 0.5, 0.2. Likewise we have to find out the infiltration losses, and then further runoff we have to calculate. How to find out the runoff? Whatever the incremental rainfall you are getting for every pulse, incremental rainfall or the rainfall value, subtract the loss. Rainfall minus loss will be runoff. 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 So if you calculate all these runoff values and make a summation, you will get the total depth of runoff. So the total surface runoff due to the storm from this catchment it is coming out as 2.2 centimeter. So I hope you have understood how to calculate the runoff if all these things are given to you. For further more problems, I request you to go through the standard reference books, go through the numericals. If you don't understand how to solve the numerical, if you stuck at any point, you are free to ask me on my email address dnpaitankar@sanjeevani.org.in. Thank you for listening. Happy learning.